She brought you a bait. She's like a retriever.
Oh, sorry, honey.
She's trying
she brought that to me.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Right. Do you want the other one?
Oh, yeah, I forgot mine. Please.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're right. I'm left.
Okay. That might be better. I had a left last time.
That's it. It's
Maybe
the
that'll
ear.
be better on the right.
It's getting the right ear. Yeah. 9:26. Trying to give enough time for you to find your way. Make sure as you're setting up, especially as we're getting cooler weather, make sure that you have an extra layer. Because at the conclusion today, when we sit and we do the Kirtan kriya, then you're going to want some an extra covering of any kind. Is really great. So it can be something that you just pull on or zip on, or a scarf, blankety sort of deal. And we'll have a longer shavasana today. So you want to have something that you can be comfortable on and cozy under. So getting those extra layers ready are fantastic. Even I'm finding that socks in Savasana are a really awesome plan.
No socks. Or a full blanket will be good.
Exactly. Just whatever you need to tuck in. I found that there's the athletic running shirts that have the little thumb hole the sleeves are a little bit longer. That way when I lay my hands down, my hands stay warm. And I'm like, oh, little Shavasana cuffs. They didn't even know that's what they were making. It's fantastic. So, thinking all week about Halloween, seeing all the skeletons, and especially the skeletons that they're those lawn ornaments that look like they're coming up out of the ground, that they're just arms and just legs, and they're sort of reaching up out of the grass. And this is our fear. The problem is our fear of death is because we are the ones left with the remains. That the person who has died, they've passed, and we are left with this corpse of theirs to contend with. And this idea, the zombies and the partially rotted, and it's just crazy, and yet it's very real. And Halloween is handed to us through so many different traditions. And then we have this opportunity to pause and notice that I spent the week thinking about death, like what that does and what that offers is it sweetens every day. If this was the last practice that I knew that I could enjoy, and in essence, in this practice, I was preparing myself to leave, that I could thank every joint, that I could really thank my good, solid, strong thighs that I might have cursed, why don't I have little Kate Moss thighs, right? And instead, this is my last day with these bones. It's an opportunity then instead to just inhabit ourselves more fully. And so I got through the physical part and said, yes, if this was my last practice, I will absolutely rejoice in every opening. And yet I lay in bed last night, and after a couple strange moments of circumstance, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't rest. In essence, I couldn't go to that momentary death. I couldn't set everything down because of regrets. And I know from over 25 years of practice that when I come to my mat upset, I am guaranteed that when I leave, I am better. And so we come to the mat today to free ourselves of regret. Regret feels like a rounded back. It feels like a heavy heart. It feels like a small breath. It feels like shame. It feels like frustration. And so we will lift, open, broaden, strengthening the chain through the back body, the way in which the muscles gather into the spine to lift the chest. We will open and we will release regret from the body so that whatever comes, death, life, sorrow, celebration, we are prepared. This is the best way that I know to go to bed, to go to rest, to leave content. So we start. We will be on the back to begin. So setting your blocks, blankets aside, we're going to have a strap and 2 blocks and a blanket nearby. Any kind of playlist you would choose, you are welcome. And then we'll start out on the back. Keep a layer if you need it. Draw your knees into your chest. Shake out your feet. Sorry. Wag the hips side to side. Straighten your right heel high. Your right hand overhead. That's all. And then right hand to right shin. Left heel straight to the ceiling, left hand overhead. It's only that much. We're just going to start it out really small. Just straight to the ceiling, not even dropping your heel. We're opening from the heel through the back of the knee. From the heel to all the way to the hip. We're just moving. Find the breath. So here you're opening the chest, the shoulder, in and out the mouth if you choose, and then start to press your heel a little further forward, out to 45 degrees, but keep the press into your heel. The first thing we want to do in any practice is prepare. And by preparing, we start to remember, I am stronger than I thought. And then pressing your heel straight out to the front. Keep the knee bending and retreating. Keep your feet strong, feet flexed, opening and closing. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands on your thighs. So lightly pressing away. Press your hands into your thighs, press your thighs into your hands, and sink your low back into the floor. Right? Right hand overhead, right leg long, and bring it back, hand to thigh. Left leg long, left hand, bring it in. So one hand is opening, and one hand is pressing. Inhale as you open, exhale back to center. And it's a little stronger, it's a little feisty, and you have control. You can make it feather light. You can make it feather light, or you can make it stronger as you feel stronger. What do you need to shake out? What do you need out of your system so that you remember, I am this, bright and strong and sound. How far do you need to dig down, getting the low back into the floor, opening and closing? 5, 4, 3, good, 2, and pause. Arms wide, drop your knees to the right, off. We'll breathe up into the center and drop knees to the left. Just turning through the center of the spine. Inhale to the center, exhale to the right. Good. Center. Your right leg extends and your right hand catches your left knee and it drops across to the right. Doesn't need to go to the floor. At the center, take your right hand overhead and change legs, left hand to your right knee and drop left. So we'll put it together. Right hand to left knee, drop right, exhale. Inhale, center to change, left hand, right knee, turn left. We're going to stay right in this turn for the next minute. Inhale, center, change arms, change legs, exhale to go across. Now your pace is yours. You are finding where this turn needs to go. It can loosen, it can open, it can be big or small. It can come out the mouth. Remembering, clearing. I got so stuck. I was such a lousy mom last night, and we had an amazing week, and I have no reason to think this. And I rinse it out of my body, and I rinse it out of my face, out of my expression, out of my mouth and my eyes, out of my words. Just stay right here. Keep moving through the center of the body. Until we're grateful. Thank you, body. Thank you, breath. Don't you carry stones. 5, 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Find the center now. Pause, knees bent, feet flat. We're going to take it right to the blocks just for a minute. So you've got a block in each hand. Ready? This is tricky because I can't see you. Roll up, a block beneath the back of your chest. Step 1. Go to the chest first, right under the shoulders. Drop the back of your head. Feet flat, lift your hips. Block underneath the hips. Good. Arms wide. And legs walk out. And breathe. Flex your right foot. Bend your right knee a little like you would pull your right heel towards you. Point your left foot. Point your left foot. And change. Point your right foot. Pull your left heel a little closer. Bend at the knee. And just keep changing. 1 foot points. 1 foot flexes. And let that little motion in your ankles, in your toes. Point 1, flex the other. Point 1, flex the other. Feel that all the way into the crease of your hips, into the diaphragm. If you like, hands overhead. You got 10 seconds. Go. Out the mouth. Out the tongue. Hold opposite elbows. Stay. Let your whole front body release. All the ways we curl closed. Open it up. Let your feet shake side to side. Let your knees move up and down. Walk your feet in. Good. Lift your hips. Take your block. Set it beneath the back of your head. Support. Arms wide, legs long. Breathe to the belly. Breathe to the ribs. Breathe to the collarbones. And let it all go. Flex your feet. Into the belly. 1. Pause. Into the ribs like a yawn, like a sigh. Pause. Into the collarbones like you're smelling the rain. All out. In the belly. In the ribs. In the collarbone. Out the mouth. In the mouth. A sip to the belly. Into the ribs. Into the collarbone. Out. In the belly, ribs, collarbone, out. 2 more. In, out. 1 more in the belly. In, out. Pause. That I would be ready to leave, much more free of regret, heart high. Walk your feet in. Drop your knees to the left or to the right. Come off the blocks to hands and knees. Good. Set your blocks up at the front of your mat. And find cat-cow. Oi. Round, drop your head. You might be a little bit lightheaded. That's a very racy little breath we just did. Drop your navel, lift your heart. So feel how this action of chin up might be easier. Tuck your chin, drop your head. And this is a little unprepared. So inhale, opening. You'll feel a little spin, a little bit dizzy. And move that. What if the dizziness was just coming up out of what has been stuck? What if you're just moving through you? What's unneeded? What's unnecessary? Oh. 3. Good. For 2. And for 1. Add the blocks beneath your hands. So that when you round, you can take your hips to your heels and open your shoulders a little bit more. This will be breath out. We'll rise back up. We'll drop the navel. We'll lengthen the throat. This will be a breath in. So it's our cat-cow, but our cat-cow drops into a child and then rises, opening. Exhale, rounding, reaching back. And now find your pace. Find your movement. We're just starting to clear from the navel up out through the hands, the back of the heart, the back of the spine. Getting a little bit of movement. As the weather gets colder, we want to have movement before we have stillness. So we have some heat moving through us. Good. 3. 2. Now we're going to add on a plank. Hands, knees, tuck toes. Strong. 3. Good. Tap your right knee, toe to the floor, and then straight. Tap your left knee to the floor, and then straight. So we're in a plank. We just tap and press and tap and press and tap and press. There was this small request for a little bit of core work. And then you have to be careful what you wish for. That this is so stabilizing. Keep your hips even. Keep your hands pressing down. Get a little bit more determined. A little bit more active. 3. Good. 2. Tap. 1. Good. Take it to a dog. Hands on the blocks. Open. And feel yourself float. The strength of your arms floats your hips high. Drop your head. Turn your chin. Stepping your right foot up between your hands. Let your left knee come down. Hands high. Palms together, thumbs down, the back, elbows in. Open the back of the arms. So just take a few breaths, feeling this. Open the left thigh, left chest, left elbow. As your hands come up high, look up. Open your hand. And set them downward facing dog. Step back. Left hand, press down. Left hip, press high. Left foot steps up, right knee comes down, hands up high. Good. Palms together, thumbs down the back, elbows in. Give it a breath or 2. Right toes down into the floor, allowing the right thigh, right hip to open, elbows in. Elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Release your hands high, look up. And set downward facing dog, feeling the right hand, right hip, right heel. Good. Here we go. Right foot steps up, left knee down, hands up high. Here's inhale. Palms together. Exhale, thumbs to the back. Tuck your chin. And then inhale, look up, release. And down dog. Stepping back. A breath. The left foot steps up, the right knee down. Hands up high. Down the back, tuck your chin, elbows in, open that, and then let go. And hands down. Down dog.
Your pace. Right foot steps up, left knee down. Rise. Down the back, tuck the chin. Reach, look up.
And down dog, press back. Take your time.
Take your time, just find the flow. Left foot steps up, right knee down. Sweep up. Down the back, tuck it in. And release. Down dog. Press. Right foot, left knee. Hands up. Palms together, tuck the chin, bring it in, and let it go. And down dog. Left foot steps, right knee down. Rise. Down the back, tuck the chin. Hands high. One more each side. Step back, down dog. Your pace. I'm not here to hurry you. Right foot, left knee. Hands up. Down the back. Release.
We could come out of our
Regrets, concerns, habits. Hands up. Down the back. We're making this sweet neutrality.
set it down, down dog.
Keep it that steady, that clean high plank. Right knee tap and straight. And tap left and straight. And tap right and plank. To modify, keep your knee on the floor, bring it to your chest, or tap the back of the mat. To the chest, tap and down. To the chest, tap back and down. Or 3, in your plank, 2, 1, and then float and feel your dog. How it opens the chest. You are stronger than you know. If we can allow our awareness to show us our truth, we can remove regrets, because often we've done better than we imagine. Hands and knees, 2 blocks under the left hand. Pivot your left foot out to the left side. Take your toe under right foot, flat. Just open now the right side of your good body. Broadening through the pelvis. Right palm facing the floor. Right foot on the floor. This will be our inhalation. Make a fist with your right hand, elbow to knee. There's your exhale. Tap it in, and then inhale, open wide. Exhale, bring it in, your pace, your breath. Each time you put your right foot back to the floor, seal the outer edge of your foot down. Curl in, round the back of the body, and then extend, rolling that left hip forward and under you. And just keep the breath rinsing through the body. And keep the body exploring. Each one changes you. 2 more. Your breath, your pace. And then you pause and you stay. Keep the left hand where it is. Bend your right hand, hand behind your head. Drop your head into your hand, look up. Reach right into the tip of that right elbow and right into the outer edge of your right foot. Drop your head into your hand. Feel yourself supporting yourself. Hips forward, heart high, a little bit of a back bend. Good. Release your right arm straight. Look down. 2 hands down. Take your blocks back so that you're kneeling, toes are back, and you step your left foot. However you want to get there. Right hand is down. Left hand comes up over. We give ourselves a moment to find this. Right toes are tucked under. Left outer foot finding the floor. Turning your left thumb back. Your chin into the armpit. Here's your breath in. Make a fist. Elbow to knee. Exhale. Bringing knee to elbow and then unfold. And you take your time. That we can feel the sensation of arriving in who we are to be. We can't name necessarily what's coming off of us, but we know we're coming home. Feel into that freedom that you have in your joint space, in your breath. Go 3 more. Take it where you need to. Outer foot to the floor. And then as you land, stay. Feel the support, the knee under you, the hand under you, the foot to the floor. Bend your left elbow. Hand behind your head, look up. Drop the back of your head into your left hand. Take your left elbow as though to the wall, right above your head, and then left foot to the floor. Trust that line, heel to elbow. Left arm to release, looking down. Set your blocks at the top of the mat, downward facing dog without the blocks though. Just feel the floor, where you've gone, what you've made. The sides of the body, the center, the front, the back. Walk your feet to the front. Hands at your hips, big bend in the knees, drop your seat, lead with your heart, and stand tall. Interlace your fingers, and keep it up. So the same sort of peaceful quality that you paused, feeling the sides of your body, the way you just found those modified side planks. A little in your right, a little in your left. Come into the heel of your left foot, the left heel of hand, the right heel of foot, the right heel of hand. Hands up high, stay. Now as your hands come down, broaden your back, steady your breath. I'm just going to sweep the hands up as you lift your heels. Spread your feet, get out the wobbles, get taller, stretch the arches, and then hands down, heels down. 3 more. Oh. As you rise, you aspire. And you know, it's a good first try. We set it down and everything out of our way. Like, we just got to do it a couple times. Rising up. If we could get up out of bed 4 times, how different would the day be? Put it all down. Start over. Ha! What don't you need? Here we go. Rise up. Each one. Open the arches of your feet. Lift your eyebrows. And set it down, set it down, set it down, set it down, set it down. Last time, here we go, promise. Hands stay up high. Keep your hands up high, down to the heels. Lift your toes, lift your heels. Ha! Lift your toes, lift your heels. Find it. Ha! Work your feet. Ah! All the way out. See if you can find the release in your feet. Up, 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 out of your feet. Who knew you were holding all that in your feet? Go 3, yeah, 2, awesome. Hands wide, feet flat, all the way out. Don't take tight feet to the grave. Step your left foot back. Here we go. So your feet are about 3 to 4 feet apart, not too big, not too big. It's not a triangle, right? So the left hand will go up high, the right hand goes wide, and the right thumb down. Into the back, heart up high. We know this fold. So hinge of the hips. Find this, little bend in the front knee, take your time. And then finding the left hand to the floor. Find out, can you find the floor or do you need a block? Do you need 2 blocks? Where does your left hand need to land? From your left hand, rock your left hip forward. Drop your head a little more. From your left hip forward, reach your left heel back. Now we've got the base. Turn your left thumb up, arm beside ear, we rise. From that base, inhaling up. Good. Exhale forward. Left hip forward, left heel down. There's the base. Drop the head, take a breath. From there, thumb up, heart up, hand up, growing stronger. Go up, 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 up. Go a little bit back. Now take this with you, folding. The left side getting longer. Good. Stay. Stay, left arm long, left hip back, left heel back. Draw that block inside the foot. Left hand down, turn your ribs, right hand high, stay. So the left hip wraps forward. The left arm wraps down. Turn your right palm to the front. All the way through the navel. Sit your seat back as though you were trying to sit on a chair behind you. Wrap your right rib over your left. Turn your chin to your right shoulder. Turn your right thumb to point back. And two hands come down. Good. Set your block forward. Left foot steps up. Hands to your hips. Rise up tall. Hands up high. Interlace. Ready? Heels up. Toes up. Heels up. Toes up. Ah! Get it out. Get it out. Pull it up through the hips. Pull it up and out through the hands. One more. Ah, yeah. Hands wide down. But my feet are warmer. Right? Good. Right foot steps back, right hand up high, left hand thumb down to find the back. So the back of your hand is against the small of your back. Your right hand is up. Little bend in the front knee to start us out. Just finding where does the right hand land. Fingertips to a block, 2 blocks, the floor. Because from the stability of your right hand down and away, wrap your right hip forward. And then drop your head again. So the right hip wraps forward, the left hip wraps back. That's our base. Turn your right thumb up, arm beside ear, and rise. So we're building strength in the spine. The muscles that hold us up are so necessary. We're starting right at the bottom of the spine. Right hip forward, arm out long, drop your head again. That line likes to get very short. Ha. Good. Right hand up, rising, rising. Go a little bit back. So you open the right side line and take that length with you and reach it forward and reach it back. I stay. Ha. So that you're emptying. Right hip forward, right hand forward, right heel back. Good. Keep that line. Draw your right hand. Bring the block underneath you. Shoulder over wrist. Look up. Left hand high. Scissor your thighs. Turn. Ha. Spin the left palm to face the same direction as the crown of your head. Spin your navel towards the left side waist. Right hip forward, left hip back. Press your right hand down. Find all the length. Now sit your seat on a chair behind you. And let that lengthen your heart. One more. Ah. Good, good, good. Look down. Left hand down. Right foot steps up. Blocks forward, hands to hips. Rising. I know. You're like, are we going to have to go on our toes again? Hands up. Big bend in your knees. Sit your seat back, roll your ribs over your thighs, hands down, tuck of the chin. Sit down, lift your thumbs, stand up tall. So from that asymmetry, yes, feel left side, right side. They are long and ready. Tuck your chin, drop your head, drop your seat, lift your hands. We rise and sit. Oh, good. In. Last one, sit it down. Step back, high plank. All the way to the floor. Flatten your feet, hard up. Just 3 times, just rolling the belly down to the floor. Wag the tail. Inhale to cobra. So if you allow yourself to come in and out of the posture, you'll make a little more space. Roll down, wag your tail. Walk your thighs back, rise up. Now we pause, legs strong. 3. And can we keep the same smooth rhythm of your breath that you had rising and falling? Turn the chin, move the mouth. Drop your chin, lift your hips, and press down dog. Good. Making a little more space. Hands, knees. Tops of your feet flat. Bring your knees together. Bring your feet together. Take your hands to the width of your mat and drop your heart forward and your feet together. And press towards child. Rock forward, a little press. And a little back. So how far you go into this is entirely up to you. But on your exhalation, you're bringing your chest towards the floor and you're bringing your navel into your body so that you don't fall in. There's a little rounding. Squeeze your knees together. Squeeze your feet together. 3. So that you're zipping up the center line. 2. Awesome. As you come forward, put your belly all the way on the floor. Heel open, ride. And to the floor. Let it out. Peel up. Use your spine. And roll down. Wag the tail, rise. And now be still. That there is a current rising up and through the crown of your head, the tips of your toes, tuck of the chin, please. Hips up and back. Good. Child's pose. Down dog. Lifting the hips, pressing back. I am reversing. You stay where you are. So you can take your right heel high, bend your right knee, straighten it, press out into the hands, into the heels. Stay, stay, stay. If it gets sticky, bend your knee again and press out and stay, stay, stay. Finding the inner edge of your left heel down into the floor, the base of your baby toe into the floor, and step up. We're building warrior 2, so bring your blocks inside your right foot and put your left heel down. Hey, Sue. Hands up. Good. Just twice. Just find your way to stand. Rise up. Good. Strong in the feet, tall in the chest. Yep, let your right knee come towards the baby toe of the right foot. And then rising up. So the left hand goes down the left thigh and the right hand palm turns back. Keep the right arm by the ear. As you pivot towards triangle, right hand comes down to the blocks. Left hand goes straight up. So we find that hips forward between the heels. Perfect. Keep the arms as they are. Right hand rising, left arm dropping. Like you have a great broomstick. Look up. Good. And then right hand down to the block. Look up. Inhale, rising. Right hand high, look up. Your right big toe into the floor. One more. Right hand down. Stay. So you're building strength from the center of the body into the limbs. Left hand overhead, go long. And then left hand sweeps back to your left heel, hip, look down. Sweep up overhead, looking up. Right hand pressing down. And then left hand, sweep back, look down. Good. Reach over and stay. There we go. Hips towards the center. If you choose, bend your left elbow. Drop the back of your head into your left hand. 3. Weight is in your heels. Legs are long. Toes are long. Left hand release. Look down. Bend your right knee, 2 hands down. Set your blocks just ahead. And down dog. Step back. And right heel high. Right heel high. Good. Right heel high. Press your arms down. Float out of your shoulders. Float out of your right hip. And right foot steps up. We're going to step it outside of the right hand. And bring your left knee to the floor. Good. Come on to the blocks under your hands. This will make a little bit of space. Good. That way you can drop your right knee wide to the right. So when I drop my right knee wide,
looks like this. Now draw your heart forward. Oh, yes. And the tips of your left toes down, send your left hip forward. All the way through, from the left psoas up through the left side of your jaw. Right knee wide. Right knee wide. Okay. Put your right foot flat. Take your block outside and get your toe towards the center line. Good. So now my right knee is in line with my right hip. My toes are square behind me. A little bit more. So your right heel is in line with your left knee. Drop your right knee wide. Ready? Hands on blocks. Lift your back knee. You're going to take your shin behind your forearm and drop your heart towards your heel. 4, navel to spine. 3, yes. I'll turn so you can see. You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Heart down, heart down, heart down, heart down, heel back. Ready? Press down. Step back, down dog. Hands on the floor, please. Ha! Inner right heel down, outer right hip back. Walk your hands back to your feet. Fingertips to the floor, bend to the knees, wag your tails, big, big, big wag of the tail, drop of the head. Good. Right hand on your left shin. Left fingertips wide to the left and spin your navel toward the left side thigh. Bend your left knee and press your right thigh back. So that you're finding from the back of your right hip through the mid of the right rib, right elbow. Good. Fingertips to the floor, big wag of the tail, other side. So left hand on the right shin, right fingertips wide. Bend your right knee, drop your head, send your left thigh back. And this side will be shorter, will be tighter because of the work we did has been on the right side. Good. Center. Walk yourself forward, find your down dog. Blocks are on the right side corner of your mat. Left heel high. Bend your left knee. Straighten it out. As you straighten it, open and float the chest, the shoulders, the elbows, opening the backs of your knees, the arches of your feet, the length of your toes. And the left foot steps up. Warrior 2. Put the blocks inside the left foot. Opening wide. Good. Straighten the front foot, hands up high. And bend your knee. And go where you need to go. Where is it caught? Where is it sticky? Where are you hungry? And bend your left knee. Knee toward the little toe. Chest is broad. Hands are wide. One more. Rise up. So the right hand drops down the back. Look up. Left big toe is your base. Left hand down to the block as the right hand rises up. You've got one long arm from palm to palm. Reversing. Right hand down. Left hand up. Find that length you've made. And then let it grow. Left hand down, right hand high, navel to spine. That this is actually working your abdominals as well as your spine. Rise up. One more. So get this as long as you can. Left toe, left hand. Keep it long. Left hand down, right hand high. Pause. Feel that blessed stop. Right hand overhead. Open. Open. And right hand high and back towards your hip, looking down. Stretch all the way behind your ear. Right hand high, up and over. Look up under your armpit, reach out. Right heel down. And your flow. Reaching back and reaching over. All the way through the right side body. One more we go, one more. And we'll pause with the right hand reaching overhead. Left big toe into the floor. Feel everything you've done today. If you choose, bend the elbow. Hand to the back of the head. Drop the back of the head into the hand. Press your right heel down. Right elbow long. Stay 3.
Feet to the floor, all the way to the pads of your toes, 2. And right arm releases, look down, hands down. Set your blocks forward and find your down dog. Oh. Left heel high, bend and straighten your left knee. Inner right heel down. Clearing. Left foot outside of the left hand. Good. Knee to the floor, hands on blocks. So because it's the second side, I'll stay this way. Right toes are tucked under. This gives you a little action in the foot. Left knee falls open. Notice there's a temptation here because we're a little tight. See if you can use your back toes to help your chest come forward. Use your left heel and pull it towards your back knee to draw your chest forward. Ha! Right toes down into the floor will tend to help your right hip come forward. You're coming up out of the hip, coming out of the chest, coming out of the underside of your throat and your tongue. Drop your left knee wider. It's all connected. It's all connected. Good. Use your hands to help your navel lengthen. Pulling back on the heels of your hands. Good. And we know what's coming. So the left foot goes flat. The right knee rises. Take the left side block wide. Heel toe your foot to the center line. Hands on blocks. Good times. All good. You put your knee to the floor. And heel toe so that your left heel is in line with your right knee. And this will help drop your knee a little wider. Let your hips come forward. Let your left knee fall. Now this might be your work. Notice if you're rounding and back of the neck is short, drop your heart and lengthen. Ready? When you're ready, lift off. Good. When you're ready, elbows bending, heart comes down. Back of the neck is long. Flex your left foot. Ha! Good morning, good morning, good morning. Go 5, navel to spine. 4, 3, 2, press down, rise up, step back, down dog. Hands on the mat. Left hand, left hip. Good. Step your left foot up between your hands, pivot to turn to the right, and walk your hands to the center of your feet. Good. Bend your left knee, and then bend your right knee. Bend your left knee, and bend your right knee. So all the ways in which we carry regret in our body. And regret just means it didn't go so well. We tagged it with an emotion, and then it stayed. Find the center, heels a little wider than toes. Walk your fingertips back. Elbows wrap in. Fingers are the width of your shoulders, perhaps the crown of your head coming toward the floor. Palms of the hands down, elbows gathered in. So the elbows are trying to meet as though you had a block between your elbows. Lift your toes, come onto the balls of your feet, and then drop your toes long out of your heels. And as your toes are longer, you'll feel that your calves can lengthen. Outer feet down. Ha. Lift your head, lift your chest, walk your fingertips forward. Again, pivot to the front, step back, down dog. Arms long, chest long. Step both feet towards the left side of your mat, and then step your left foot in front of the right to cross the thighs up high. Widen your seat. And knees down to the floor, which will mean your left knee is in front of your right, and your heels widen. And you sit your seat back. Your front knee peels off the floor. And this will be our breath out. hands, knees, so 2 knees down, tuck the toes where they are, and a cross-legged dog. Pressing back. Find the inner edges of your feet, which are now the outside of the shape. See if you can reach them down. And then hands and knees. And child. Outer hips, inner thighs, outer ribs, inner arms. Tuck of the chin, drop the head, stay. Soften your inner thighs. Drop the elbows, drop the shoulders, drop the head, and then your hands press lightly down and away to lengthen through the back of the body. Soften the inner thighs and the knees until your toes can move. Ah. Good. Rising up. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Uncross. Down dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Get your strap along the way. Big bend in the knees. And stand yourself up and unfold. It'll take a minute. Let it happen. So we use standing to just drain out. Take your strap, put it behind you, and it's wide enough that it's just a little wider than your hips. Usually that's the best place to go. If your shoulders are very tight, then you can let it be a little wider. Let's start out warming up, hands in front, and we'll go up and over. And that way you can find the length of your strap. And I want you to move the strap right out of the soles of your feet. We've really cleared the legs. So see if you can feel from your hips to your heels a landing, a foundation. And from that foundation, you can move your arms very differently. Right from the soles of your feet. Tuck of the chin as your hands come forward, rounding the back. There we go. Heart up high, chest is broad, getting it a little higher through the body. Good one. So that the work of our legs, the openings and the current we're making has somewhere to go. Up, up, up through the body. Good. Now we'll simply tuck the chin and wrap the strap so that we have, that should be exactly the right spot. Bend the knees, tail wide. Widen your tail, widen your tail. Press your outer knees towards your outer feet. And lift the arch of your feet and see if you can lift your navel. Yeah, up into your belly. Yeah, here we go. From there, ribs to the thighs. Drop your hands overhead. Lift your hips. Pause. So the hands fall overhead, supported by the strap. Heels are down, toes are long. This will be exhale. Drop your hands to your hips, sit it down. Ha! Inhale, stand up tall. All right, beauty. Feel it move through you. Sit down. And then fold over. Hands overhead, head falls. Breathe in. Hands to hips, sit down, breathe out. Stand up tall, breathe in. From your feet. Bend deeper, deeper, deeper. Where can you go? In your ankles, in your knees. And then hips up, hands overhead. We'll go one more cycle. Press your thighs back. Give it a beat. Give it a beat. Try to pull your feet apart. Legs so bright. And then knees bend, hands down. Heart leads. Press down, stand tall. A little stronger. Try to pull your feet apart. Good. Last time. Sit it down. Deep, deep, deep. Find the hips, find the feet, find the knees, and then fold over. Try to pull your feet apart. Press your thighs back. Press your shins back. Lengthen your toes. Drop your head and turn your shoulders a little side to side. Legs are strong. Try to pull them apart. Open the backs of your knees. Open the eyes of your elbows. Open your jaw, your mouth, your tongue, the breath. Good. Hands down. Sit your seat. Lift your heart.
Stand. One hand to release the strap. Woo! Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Yep. Down dog.
Oh, that we could have all of this free. Because when we get rid of that division, both feet to your right side, you get rid of all the obstacles, we come back into contact with ourselves. Right foot steps in front of left. Good. Knees to the floor. Feet wide. On your exhalation, you are emptying out the legs, the biggest thighs, the muscles, the biggest muscles we have to rise. All the way out, tuck toes down dog, the shins back, the thighs back, the arms and chest are free. A breath. And then knees down. Ay, where is it needed? Find the current, find the opening, remove the obstacles, stay. Soften your thumbs heavy into the floor. Elbows heavy, shoulders open. Hips back, head fall. The hint of a smile. I am more pliable. I am brighter. I am stronger and better prepared. I am headed to a bright and dignified end. Hands, knees. Good. Tuck toes down dog. Uncross. Aye. Hips high, arms long. Feel your dog, what you've made, who you are. Your body's brighter, longer, fuller. Knees to the floor, knees together, feet together, hands a little ahead and wide. So light it up, bring it forward, a little bend and tend it back. Keep your navel to your spine. Ha! You're going to in the nose, coming forward, out the mouth, folding back. So it's inhale. Ha! Ha! Knees together, navel to spine, feet together, out the mouth. Ha! Oh, 3. Good. 2. Ha! 1. Come forward, belly down. Walk your fingertips back. Put the point of your chin on the floor. Fingertips back, chest broad. Roll your shoulders off the floor. Walk your thighs back. So you're opening the throat. You're on your fingertips. Keep walking your fingertips back. Your shoulders off the floor, away from the throat. Just for a moment. Good. Float your feet just a half an inch. Oh. Now float your chin a half inch. Come up, lengthen your heart. Fingertips. Stay down, feet, heart. Float. 3. Float your hands. 2. Shoulders bright, legs so long, so strong, the whole body. Good. Turn your palms open, bring your body down, turn your head, interlace your fingers. Bring your knuckles as high up your spine as you can. You drop your elbows toward the floor, and then you lift your elbows up. And you drop your elbows down, and you lift your elbows up. Now bring the point of your chin to the center. Lift your chest as you leave your elbows. Exhale, turn your head, drop your elbows. Inhale, center. And down. And rise. And down. So we will rise and pause. Tuck the chin, straightening your arms as you can. Float your feet. Ha! 3. Arms long, legs long. 2. And to the floor. So a juicy death. When we're just like so done in, we don't want to go anywhere else. Fine, bury me now. Then you know you're ready. Onto your back. Roll over, and rest, right? Widen your arms, widen your heels, and let your knees drop side to side. Let your knees drop side to side. And then your right knee falls in, and you're on the outer left foot. Let your left knee drop wide to the left. Just fall. Heels are wide. And then your left hand, elbow bend, hand over head. Your left hand holds your right wrist. And you decide how much you extend that right arm. And then you reach your right knee toward the floor. So right arm, right shoulder, right lung, right wrist, right hip. Work there, or take your left ankle over your right knee. Drop your left knee. Press your right knee into your left ankle. And let your right hip come forward, come forward, come forward. There, like camel. Good. So that your right inner thigh is turning down toward the floor. You're rotating your right inner thigh toward the floor. And then releasing to the center, and your knees move side to side. Good. And your left knee falls to the center, and your right knee drops wide. And you pause. Your right hand holds your left wrist. And you relax the weight of your legs and let your left hip rise. Great. Work there, or cross your right ankle over the outside of your left knee. Press your ankle down and your left knee up. You're rotating your left inner thigh toward the floor. And your breath is in the whole left side body. Inner thigh, inner hip, left lung, left shoulder. Oh. Regrets are an action we're still holding onto. And that holding on is what brings us into our body too deeply. Let go, feet flat, and let your body be long and free. Take your blocks and put them belly to belly, right? And then they're on their side. So their tail is the tallest part. They're belly to belly and they're on their side. We're going to build that under your hips. So lift your hips, bring them belly to belly beneath you, and then sit your sacrum onto those blocks. Walk your feet hip distance. Good. So that sensation you just had with the knees, imagine the knees falling towards each other. That will lift your low back a little bit. Knees falling towards each other, inner thighs falling towards each other. That will lift your heart. Arms wide to the side like a T. Good. Now, spin your left palm towards the floor, and your left shoulder blade tucks under you. And then the right palm down and the right shoulder under, palms to the floor if you can. Inner thighs spinning down. Lightly pull with your heels towards your hips. And this will make length in the low belly and a lift in the chest. Good. And soften your face and the hint of a smile to be free of regrets. I am this, and in this moment I am free. Feet are heavy, shoulders heavy, heart is floating high. Good. Bring your hands in beside your body, bend your elbows so that you can hold your outer hips for stability, and just bring your feet up. Float your feet up, shake out your feet, shake out your knees, and then let your heels rise high. Flex your feet the way we started. Yeah, good. So elbows down will lift your heart. Lifting your heart will sink your seat. Pull your seat into the blocks and press your heels into the ceiling and be really strong. Now bring the base of your big toes together and spin your inner thighs away. Good. Half the effort, but keep the form. Hands overhead, hold opposite elbows. And breathe. Ah. Flex point. One toe points, 1 foot flex. The other. Point the left, flex the right. Point the right, flex the left. All the way out into the feet, into the calves. You can open and close your toes. Feel how that changes your calves. How the change in your calves begins to lengthen your backs of your thighs. Right? And now heels wide. Heels wide, feet deeply flexed. We'll bring the feet together. And then wide. Bend your knees here, drawing your heels towards your hips, and then press your heels away, legs straight. So inhale, bend your knees as much as you can, heels towards your hips. Exhale, press straight. That's 4. In, bend. Exhale, press straight. That's 3. Bend your knees, trying to pull your knees towards your chest a little bit, and then press your thighs away. That's 2. Bend, knees wider, feet flexed. Press, stay. Bend your knees, bring it together. And feet to the floor. Lift your hips, remove the blocks. And pause. And the same way that we warmed up, we're going to roll up a little bit and set a block beneath the back, just like you did before. And as you lie back to the block, so it's really important, if you do the hips first, it's a circus. Shoulders first, lift your hips, block on its belly under my hips, to drop the head, to widen the arms. When you're ready, if you choose, legs walk out. Whole front body opens. If you choose, hands overhead, left holds the right wrist. Explore the space through the fronts of your hips. A little flex point will help to open, just tiny little pulses. Flex point, tiny little ones. Tiny little flex point. And that little pull on your heels starts to open all the way up under the diaphragm. Little shakes. Point. Letting your shoulders widen. If you can't hold a hand overhead, widen your arms to the side. And invite what is short in your abdomen to lengthen. Invite what is narrow in your chest to broaden. Just for 3. For 2. Interlace your fingers, reach out overhead, flex your feet as though you were standing. Tiny little press into the toes. 3, 2. Walk your feet in. Bring your elbows down. Good. Lift your hips. Take the block out, elbows down, and you'll lift yourself up to a simple seat. Good. Set your block aside and just notice in this seat, in Dandasana, feel the residue of those blocks. Amazing. So the seat is very clear beneath you. A little bit of a lift in the low back.
And when I start out, and the temptation is to say, oh, my arms don't reach the floor, just begin to drop the heels of your hands and a little tuck of the chin. So that tension you feel in the back of your neck, use your hands. Just let your hands be heavy. So they could float, and you're just reaching the heel of your hand down. I know, and you're going to say, my hands don't reach the floor. Reach the heels of your hands. Yes, because it's the heels of your hands that are going to help your neck. Yeah. Now try to pull your hands away from your hips. That's it, that's it, that's it. You feel that? Widen the base of your neck, widen across the shoulders. Now keep that and lengthen into your heels and lengthen into the tips of your good sweet toes. Dandasana, the staff, this perfect posture. Heels of the hands down, broadening the shoulders, little tuck of the chin, little lift of the heart. It's a very active place, but it is so rewarding. Heels of the hands toward the floor. Try to pull away from your hips. Stay with it. Widen the base of the neck. Reach into the heels. And now we just gently reach the hands up high. Thumbs point back. Feel the back change. Feel the seat deepen. Beautiful. Tuck of the chin. Tuck of the chin. Halfway forward. Reach towards your heels. Pull with your heels. Little lift to the knees. Exhale. Inhale, upright now. Exhale, a little lift to the knees. Pull on the heels. Good. Inhale. Inhale. Drop your thighs. Tuck of the chin. Pull navel to spine. So we're opening the feet, the whole back body. One more. We go. Rise up. Shimmy. All of it. Where can you go? Forward, forward, forward. When the chest is paused, bend your elbows, fingertips to the floor. Stay. Lengthen the back of your neck. Pull with your heels. Your knees will rise. Draw with the fingertips on the floor. Widen the elbows away to broaden the back. Explore. You're drawing your heels towards your hips. Again, it's very active. It's not a passive fold. Your knees are drawn up towards your armpits. You're pulling your heels towards your hips. It makes a long, flat back. You're drawing on the fingertips to widen the upper back to fold for 3. Nano movement, side to side wriggle. Fit in a little further. 2. Good, good, good. Rise. And Dandasana. Pause again. Palms beside you, and be still. Heart comes up, the chin comes in, the heels of the hands drop, and then try to pull them apart. Widen your seat. Reach to your heels and the tips of your toes and the top of your head. Stay with it. The arms firm. The legs firm. The spine receiving. Stay with it. Stay with it. All the structure, all the container, all the anger, all the grief, all of it, all of it. Let it build. Let it build. Let it build. Out the jaw, out the mouth, in the nose. Right out the toes. The toes and the jaw are related. Good. Roll the shoulders. Set your block for under your shoulders. Take the other in your hand and lie back. You are one posture from your Shavasana. So the block is right between your elbows. The elbows are under your shoulders. That will help you find it. And then support the back of the head. Building fish. Matsuyasana. The legs go long. The toes turn in. The heels a little out. So the inner thighs wrap down. Arms wide or holding opposite. Elbows overhead. So feeling in this posture
the clarity of your Dandasana in your legs, your wide seat, your feet turning in, not out, your inner thighs dropping in will lift your low back up out of the pelvis. The freedom of the heart. A last lift and lengthen of your abdomen. Good. Good. Feel anywhere where the breath is constrained. Pausing in this moment of elevation, the sensation in your mind of success. Something that felt so right. A memory, a recent action, alone or together. But the sensation of, yes, this is what I'm here to do. It can be emptying the dishwasher. It can be great or small, but feel that sensation. And that is the sensation of the front body open, the heart high. I am this. I am here to take action, to contribute, and to feel what is positive and right in my soul. Any adjustment, as your body absorbs that positivity, it will shift. Give it a little extra rinse, reach, rise. Oh, thank you, body. Good job. Release your arms. Tuck of the chin, elbows down, blocks away. And lie back. And just for a beat, even before we set up getting the Shavasana all sorted, just feel this pose as you lie back for 30 seconds. And as it settles, as it quiets, then whatever adjustments you would choose. And feeling, as you lie back, that the chest is still lifted. Tuck a shoulder, tuck another. That when we come to lie back, the shoulder blades underneath you are like hands holding your heart high. That as we come to lie in repose, there is dignity. There's affection for this life, for this soul. So the shoulder blades tuck under, the arms are long, the hands are quite close. And with the slightest of back bends there, a little tuck of the chin, and let the back of your head become heavy, and this will lengthen the back of your neck, quieting your throat, that we have nothing to say, that we no longer need to hear. Tuck of the chin, back of the head heavy, the neck is long. Deepening your breathing just 3 times. Notice anywhere you're holding and begin to widen the upper back as you drop into it. Widen the back of the neck and catch the throat. Widen the backs of your hips and catch your pelvis. Resting in the hands and heels. And notice as you rest, anytime you're gathering tension, just 3 fuller breaths to let it go. I am complete. I am complete. I am complete. Feel the trust of that in your body. I am complete. If the mind gets busy or the body gets tight, 2 or 3 fuller breaths, following the exhalation back to stillness, back to freedom. invite an even deeper softening. One more layer of release. The last layer that is just for you. It's just for you. No obligation, not for work, not for family. Just that last place of being completely at peace for yourself. Now, if you choose, you're welcome to stay right where you are. Really tremendous to spend more time in stillness. I will return and sit for a mantra and a movement through the fingers. And if you choose, you can simply remain on your back and hear the mantra in your mind, repeating the syllables and moving your fingertips as I instruct. And keep it so soft, so subtle, so simple. Or stay still. To go on with me, we'll just walk legs in. And gently on your own time, build a cross-legged seat with support so your spine is tall. If you choose a chair is great. Again, I will add a blanket around my seat, around my hips. If you had a blanket over you in Shavasana, just gather it around so that your hips and knee joints stay warm, and this will help your seat. Whatever seat you choose, you are adding, the palms are open and the heart is high, so that you can bring the thumb and first fingertip to touch. And then the middle fingertip to the thumb. And then the ring fingertip to the thumb. And the pinky fingertip to the thumb. And so we'll add to this a syllable for each one. Thumb and first fingertip, sa. Middle fingertip, ta. Ring, na. Pinky, ma. Just try it out. Sa, ta, na, ma. So sa is the beginning, ta is the continuation, na is the conclusion, and ma is the return. As we consider this, what if this was the end? But if we trust in this sound, in this syllable, sa, ta, na, ma, everything returns. Different forms, different times, it all comes back. And so we can soften, trusting, releasing into the fingertips, into the sounds.
So it will be 2 minutes of aloud, 2 minutes whispered, 4 minutes silent, 2 whispered, 2 spoken. And we just let the sound move through, simple and quiet. The fingertips keep moving. Follow the syllables. Join when you're ready. Sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, whisper. Sa, 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 keep it going. The sound carried on the breath. The whisper, the intimacy, the drawing closer, the exchange between lovers. Sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na. And silently, keep the rhythm in your mind. Keep the rhythm in your fingers, eyes closed. Just following the rhythm. And when you get distracted, just let the concentration return to the feel of your fingertips, the syllables in your mind. Let everything else rest and be held. Keep coming back to the sensation in your fingertips. Feel each one at a time. Each syllable, one at a time. 1 minute like this. And whisper, sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta. And spoken, Satanama, 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 Satana. One more. Satana. Feel the thumb and the fingertip rest together. Feel a point of stillness and a point of light between the fingertips. Let your breathing be full, smooth, the inhalation lengthening, strengthening the spine, the face open and soft, the sensation of your own frequency through your body. The trust in the cycle, all things arise, all things blossom, contribute, participate, alive, All things conclude, decay, release. All things return. We trust in this. There may be turmoil in the weeks ahead. Use this. Feel the thumb and first fingertip. Feel a quality of stability. Slow your breath. Trust in yourself and trust in the cycles to carry us through whatever lies ahead. Sweep your hands high and wide. And then palms together, joined down the center. We make 3 ohms in this way. Sweep wide, rise tall. Again. Last one. Thumbs to the forehead, center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, perfect peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
Have a fantastic Halloween. Dress up, cause trouble, give a trick and a treat. And I will be back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow's Kundalini, we will do the 11 minutes of the mantra, the Laya Yoga. So, lots of mantra this weekend. Full moon, the 3rd supermoon of the year, a double full moon in this month. If things feel a little heightened, this is not just you. Full moon energy is a release. Look for patterns that are repeating. What are you running into? So when I began this sensation of regret, what am I finding regret for? Again today. Man, I hit it last night. And then going, oh, full moon, release, the difficulty. The moon is showing us shadow. The light of the sun is so bright that we can't often see shadow. But the moon is reflected and reflective, so we can see very differently when the moon is full. So imagine that what you're running into, what you're doing again and again, we just rinsed it out of the body. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I'll see you tomorrow morning or next week or when you return. Sadnam. You are welcome, Sue Harding. Hey, Jean.